Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome to another trading video. This is Mabs FX, and welcome to my trading channel. So basically today, guys, I'm just going to show you some very simple principles and very simple things that we look for when we're using our trading system in order to find trades. So this is one of our trading systems. This is one of our swing trading systems, okay? The rules are very, very easy. You can use this indicator on different types of instruments, which is on MetaTrader 4. You can also use it on any time frame. I just prefer to do it on the H4 time frame because that's where I like to trade. That's my go-to time frame. So I like to take trades that can be held for a much longer period. Okay, so let's just have a look at some setups right here, okay? So it's very easy to use this trading system, right? So let's just run through everything that's on here, okay? So as you can see, if you look at the top right of the screen, you'll notice that it says take profit and stop loss, okay? So basically what that is, it's showing you for the particular chart, where is the suggested take profit and stop loss level, okay? It's also represented by the take profit is represented by this green line here, this green dashed line, and then the stop loss is represented by that red dashed line right there, okay? And then if you look at the bottom of the screen, at the bottom right of the screen, you can see you can flip through different charts and different things that you want to trade. You can see that there's a take profit, stop loss, entry level, the direction of the market, and the time frame. Okay, so that's very important to understand. It's very important for you to also navigate into the trading system. Okay, so let's say now you want to start trading. Okay, what are the things that you have to look for? So the first thing that you're going to look for, and let's start with the self setup. Okay, so the way we've done it, we set our trading indicator onto two time frames. Okay, so I've set it up on the H4 chart and the 30-minute chart. Okay, and then in order for us to have a valid trade, in order for us to actually start doing analysis and start seeing what's happening in the markets, the H4 chart and the M30 chart have to be giving us the same direction. Okay, so as you can see right there, we're currently on the Euro CAD. As you can see, Euro CAD is bearish on the 30-minute and the H4 chart. Okay, so once we see that, then we know that we're ready to actually start analyzing and going for a trade. Okay, so if we then jump onto the Euro CAD chart, as you can see now, we're getting ready to actually analyze this thing. So let me just change the color of this. Let's make this yellow so you guys can see, okay? So anyways, now in order for you to get a trade, the first thing is you need to get the direction, the overall direction of the two time frames, okay? So for this example, it's a sell example, right? And then what you want to see is, you want to see for sell trade, you want to see the arrow, this red arrow pointing to the downside, that one that I'm pointing at right there with my yellow arrow, okay? You want to see that. That's the first indication that you need to be selling, okay? And then the next thing is the take profit and the stop loss, they have to be placed at the correct places. So if you have an arrow pointing down, that means that the take profit has to be at a lower price, and then the stop loss has to be at a higher price. Okay, so that's how it works. So the first thing is the H4 chart and the 30-minute chart has to be in the same direction. The second thing is the take profit and the stop loss have to be at the correct place. The take profit has to be at a lower price. The stop loss has to be at a higher price, and then there has to be an arrow pointing to the downside. And then once those three things are in place, then you've got a trade. Then you can open up a trade, and then you can use a stop loss and take profit that has been suggested for you. Okay, then obviously once your trade starts running, you start managing it the way you're supposed to. So let's go ahead and look at another chart, for example, before we go into the buy setup. Okay, so let's just go at Euro AUD. And then as you can see, guys, before we actually get into a chart and start analyzing, the first thing we want to see is, we want to see the H4 chart and the 30-minute chart. We want to see them in the same direction. So as you can see, this one right here, both these chart time frames are bearish. Okay, so that means that we need to be looking for sell trades. Okay, so that's the first filter that we need to apply to the markets. So now when we actually jump in to the charts, we go on the higher time frame, okay? And then on the higher time frame, we look to see if there's an arrow, okay? So then as you guys can see, there is a red arrow pointing to the downside, as you guys can see right there, which indicates to us that we need to be getting in for a sell, okay? And then the next thing that will make this trade to be valid is we need to see the take profit and the stop loss level. As you guys can see, it's written on the top right of the screen, and then the indicator actually shows you on the chart where the actual take profit and the stop loss is, okay? So as you guys can see, the arrows pointing to the downside, and then the take profit is represented by that green dotted line, and then the stop loss is represented by that red dotted line, okay? So once we've got those factors in place, okay, that means that this is a trade that we can take, and then we can actually get into the trade and use the TP and the SL that's given. And then after we jump into our trade, we use our risk management and money management, and then we allow the market to do what it do, and then we manage the trade and then just run with it, okay? So that's how you get sell setups. Another thing worth mentioning before we look at the buy setups is that you've got two situations when you're trading, okay? So there's two types of signals that you're going to get. So there's the normal entry where you get a signal right at the beginning of the opportunity, okay? And then sometimes you'll get a secondary entry where now the signal has already painted. Maybe you hopped up into the charts a bit later, and then you have to handle that situation a bit differently, okay? So let's just look at these two examples, okay? So if we're looking at what I'm saying, this is the normal type of entry, okay? So then what you're hoping for is when you hop up to a chart, you want to get into the trade as soon as the signal paints, okay? So as you guys can see, we've got the down arrow, and then had we seen this in time, we would have jumped in, and then we'd have used the TP and SL. So those are just the normal rules, okay? Now, the secondary entry is when you have a situation like this, where all the factors are lining up, but then now the market has already moved from where the signal started, okay? And then now it's at a lower price, like what you guys see right there. As you can see, the signal started here, and then the market progressed, and then this is where we actually saw the opportunity. So the way we play this opportunity is we still use the take profit that the system gave us, but then we modify the stop loss, okay? Instead of putting the stop loss where the system originally said it's supposed to be, what we're going to do is we're going to take the stop loss and then put it where the signal actually started, okay? So that it gives us a much better risk to reward, okay? So what I'm saying is, if we opened up a trade here, right, where my dot line is, if we opened up a trade right there, then we'd put our stop loss up here, okay? And then we'd put our take profit down here, okay? But obviously, as we make more videos, you guys are going to see that much clearer, and then you're going to understand it better. But it is worth mentioning that there are two types of trading situations that we can jump into when using this trading system. Moving right along, so let's have a look at a buy setup, okay? Buy setups is the same as finding a sell setup, but obviously the picture is in the opposite direction. So instead of having an arrow to the downside, you just need to see an arrow to the upside, and then the stop loss and take profit has to be placed at the right place, and then you've got a trade on your hands, okay? So same rules still apply. In order for you to get a trade, you need to see the two time frames moving in the same direction. As you guys can see at the bottom of the screen, GBP USD on the H4 chart and the M30 chart, they are both bullish, okay? Which then shows us that, or indicates to us that we need to be analyzing this thing, and then there's a possibility for us to actually jump in for buy trades, okay? So then when we jump into that particular chart, and if those things are lining up, what we want to see now is a blue arrow pointing to the upside, okay? That indicates to us that we need to be buying. And then once we've got the arrow pointing to the upside, then we use the TP and the stop loss that the system gives us, okay? So if the take profit is at a higher price and the stop loss is at a low price, then we have a valid trade on our hands, okay? So it's very simple, guys. The rules are very simple. If we have to run through them before we actually end this video, is the first thing is, you have to see you have to do the trade filter. Okay, so the first thing is you have to do the trade filter. The high time frame and the low time frame chart has to be moving in the same direction. So if they're both bearish, if they're both bullish, then you jump into the charts. If one is bullish and one is bearish, you ignore that signal. You want situations where the market is moving in the same direction. Okay, and then once you've gotten that filter, you jump into the markets. You look at the direction of the arrow. If it's pointing up, you're looking for buy trades. If it's pointing down, you're looking for sell trades. If it's pointing up, the take profit has to be at a higher price and the stop loss has to be at a lower price. If it's pointing down, the stop loss has to be at a higher price and the take profit has to be at a lower price. Okay, that makes a trade to be valid. Okay, so then obviously to make this also do better, like to also like have a higher win rate, you can incorporate things like selecting your particular markets that you want to trade. You can look at things like trend lines, breakouts. You can look at fundamentals, so that it gives you some edge in the markets. Okay, so with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I really do appreciate the time. If you're looking to get this trading system and you don't have it already, there should be a link in the description below, or just send me a DM and then we can hook you up with a special discount price, guys. This system usually goes for 149 USD, and then you can just click the link below and then we can set you up. So you're going to need to have a computer or laptop. Okay, this works on a computer or laptop. It works on MetaTrader 4, and then it works on any instrument on MetaTrader 4. All right, so anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I'll see you guys on the next ones. Thank you.